It started like any other high-profile interview. The lights were bright, the audience was hyped, and the legendary Stephen Colbert was ready to dive into conversation with one of the most talked-about figures of our time, Elon Musk. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO walked on stage to thunderous applause. Wearing his signature black jacket and a slight smirk, Colbert welcomed him with charm and wit, joking about Mars colonies and self-driving cars. But beneath the humor and pleasantries, something felt off. There was a tension and undercurrent of unease that seasoned viewers could spot from the moment they sat down. What happened next would become one of the most unexpected, chaotic moments in late-night TV history. The first few minutes went smoothly enough. Colbert asked Elon about the latest Tesla updates, his ventures into why, and the future of interplanetary travel. Elon answered with his usual mix of confidence and eccentricity, but the tone shifted when Colbert brought up the controversies surrounding Musk's public behavior, his social media rants, erratic comments, and clashes with journalists. "Do you think you're sometimes your own worst enemy, Elon?" Colbert asked, half-jokingly. Musk paused. His smile faded. "Maybe the real enemy is media manipulation," he replied flatly. Colbert raised an eyebrow. "So, the press is the problem?" Musk nodded. "When they lie, yes." That moment was the match that lit the fire. Colbert, never one to back down, press it further. "You know, there are people who say your tweets have wiped billions off your own company's value," he said. Elon shot back, "And billions have been made because I dared to speak the truth." The audience tensed. Colbert leaned in. "But do you think being unfiltered is worth the chaos?" Musk leaned forward too. "Do you think playing it safe and scripted is worth losing your soul?" The crowd gasped. This wasn't just tension, it was war. Two titans of influence were clashing on a stage that had suddenly become more than just entertainment. What was supposed to be a 10-minute light segment was now heading into dangerous territory. Elon brought up media double standards. Colbert brought up responsibility. The back and forth turned into an argument, with both men speaking over each other. "I'm here to talk innovation," Musk said. "Then innovate with clarity," Colbert retorted. "Stop hiding behind controversy and act like a leader." Elon's face hardened. "I don't owe clarity to anyone who twists my words for headlines." At this point, producers backstage were signaling Colbert to wrap it up, but neither man was backing down. The energy had shifted completely. What once was a conversation had morphed into a power struggle. Elon then took a jab that changed everything. He leaned into his mic and said, "Maybe we should let I host this show. It might be more intellectually honest." The crowd let out a mix of laughter and gasps. Colbert didn't smile. He sat back, his face tight. "You're free to leave anytime if you're not enjoying yourself, Elon." Musk didn't hesitate. "Maybe I should." A long silence followed. Then Colbert spoke again, quieter but firmer than before. "We bring guests here to inform and entertain, not to insult the very format that gives them a platform. If that's your goal tonight, this conversation's over." The audience was stunned. Musk slowly stood up, removed his microphone, and said, "Then consider it over." Some people in the audience applauded. Others were in complete shock. He looked at Colbert one last time, said nothing, and walked off stage. Cameras panned to Colbert, who looked into the lens and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back." That quick cut to commercial was the only buffer between live television and complete chaos. But the damage or the drama, depending on who you ask, was already done. Social media exploded in real time. Clips were posted, reactions poured in, and hashtags like #Colbert versus Musk and #Elon walks out started trending instantly. The next morning, headlines dominated every platform. News outlets, podcasts, blogs, and YouTube channels were all dissecting the fallout. Some called it the night Elon Musk lost his cool. Others praised him for refusing to be silenced. Colbert's supporters said he defended journalistic integrity. Musk's fans claimed he exposed media hypocrisy. The debate wasn't just about what happened, it was about what it meant. Were celebrities and moguls too sensitive? Were late-night hosts too confrontational? Or had we reached a point where the line between truth and theatrics had completely vanished? Musk responded on X, formerly known as Twitter, the following day. "Wasn't kicked off, I walked off. There's a difference. Colbert needs better writers," he wrote. The post received millions of likes, but also just as many questions. Colbert, true to his style, responded indirectly during his monologue that night. "Sometimes guests don't like being asked questions," he said, smiling slyly. "But that's showbiz and that's truth." The audience roared, but for many viewers, the moment wasn't just entertaining, it was symbolic. A moment where ego, ideals, and media all collided in full view. Producers of the show later clarified that there was no pre-planned controversy. "We had no idea things would escalate, but we didn't cut him off if he chose to leave." Musk's camp didn't comment further. Rumors circulated that Musk had demanded certain questions not be asked, a claim Colbert's team denied. Insiders revealed that tensions were high even before the segment began, and that Musk had seemed on edge in the green room. It was becoming clear that what happened on stage wasn't just a flash in the pan, it was the boiling point of deeper conflicts. In the weeks that followed, the dust began to settle, but the memory remained. The footage of Elon Musk leaving Colbert's set became one of the most replayed clips of the year. Commentators continued to analyze every word, every expression. For some, it was a cautionary tale about unchecked egos. For others, it was a brilliant moment of unscripted reality. But everyone agreed on one thing: it was unforgettable. Two cultural giants faced off in a moment neither of them had rehearsed, and in that unscripted clash, they gave us a glimpse into the raw, unpredictable heart of live television.